Right now, live here at 11 o'clock on the WHS11 night team, our Ohio River bridges are throwing us challenges once again, folks, and this time it is the 2nd Street Bridge. There it is, right in the middle of your screen. For the next few weeks, you can only go one direction. Southern Indiana, come on over to Louisville. It is all yours tonight. And hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us on the night team. I'm Doug Proffitt. Right now, the northbound lanes of the old 2nd Street Bridge are closed for repairs, forcing drivers to take other bridges. Well, let's find out how it's been going all day long. In fact, late this afternoon is when the big change happened. WHS 11 night team's Alex Dieterer and photojournalist Addie Hill are now live at the bridge. And Alex, you've been there talking with drivers all day long and witnessing how it's been working. How are they handling the big change?
Well, Doug, as you can see behind me, there is still a little bit of traffic going on here, but a lot less cars here on 2nd Street than we saw at 11, earlier today than here at 11. We did speak with drivers earlier today during rush hour, and they say this closure has already caused some headaches. But they are hopeful that the bridge gets the repairs it needs after that semi crashed through the bridge earlier this month.
It's a scary bridge.
The 95-year-old 2nd Street Bridge, partially closed while the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet does some much-needed repairs.
They need to fix it, but there's a lot of traffic, so it's just going to back the inner city up even more, and it's just going to be too much. Nobody's going to be able to get to where they're going on time.
Yeah.
The bridge repairs come weeks after a semi-truck crashed and dangled off the side of the bridge.
I remember coming back from the store getting a soft drink, and the whole place was shut down. And they said that a semi went over the edge.
The driver saved in a daring rescue by the Louisville Fire Department.
I've never seen nothing like that. Not even in a movie, huh?
An accident that could have been fatal.
I don't know if it needs to be widened or not, because I'm super scared of that bridge, you know. One mistake is done.
While repairs are being completed, only the southbound lanes bringing traffic from Indiana into downtown Louisville will stay open. Drivers who want to take other routes can use the Sherman-Minton Bridge, the southbound Kennedy, or the northbound Lincoln Bridge.
I think it could be possibly something good going on.
While the closure is causing some headaches, drivers are hopeful to see some improvements.
I'd like to see higher rails on the side, you know.
Just put more speed bumps in there, make it a slower passing bridge, you know. If you're going to go there, it's going to be slow.
Now, thankfully, there is an end in sight for these closures. KYTC is expecting the full bridge to be fully opened around mid-April, just in time to be reopened before thunder over Louisville. Live in downtown Louisville, Alex Dieterer with photojournalist Addie Hill, WHAS 11 night team on your side.
All right, a lot of activity even here at 11 o'clock. Thank you, Alex. Well, the Louisville chapter of the NAACP is criticizing one of 4 new plans from JCPS as they are looking to change student transportation for next year. The organization is concerned that a plan to cut all transportation to magnet schools would cause big problems. In a letter sent to JCPS, the NAACP says it strongly opposes this option, saying it would further segregate JCPS schools, particularly those in West Louisville. The NAACP is threatening to withdraw its support of the district's choice zone plan if they go through with this option next year.
Taking away buses for magnet schools is going to create incredible disparities, further disparities within JCPS for the students who are most impacted by poverty, historical discrimination, and disinvestment. And we can't have that.
Parents are also concerned about the plan. They say should JCPS go through with the plan, they do not know how their kids would get to school.
So my son's busted his butt all of his years to get where he wanted to be, to try to go and be in Central's nursing program. There's not even a nursing program in my district. That don't sit right with me that he doesn't have the same options that other kids have just because there's not a magnet school in my district.
We contacted JCPS today for a response to the concerns. In a statement, they say the NAACP is correct that any change to the transportation system will impact black students and students of color, saying that they are the majority of bus riders and are being disproportionately impacted by the driver shortage. School system goes on to say those students of color are currently missing thousands of instructional minutes at the start of every school day. We simply don't have enough bus drivers to get every child who wants transportation to school on time. That's got to end next school year, and while there are no great choices, doing nothing is not an option. Right now, tonight, Indiana State Police say they're now looking into how the former Clark County, Indiana Sheriff Jamie Knoll paid the college tuition for 2 of his daughters. Police allege Knoll used funds from his fire and EMS companies to send his kids to school without reimbursing the department. In a new search warrant, police say Jamie Knoll sent $92,000 to Indiana University or its associated campuses for his daughters, Josie and Gracie. In another document, police asked to search the PayPal and Venmo records of all 5 family members. Police allege a total of $97,000 was spent through both companies. Police say it's unclear if the family is still using those cards, but there are definitely payments through January of this year. Police also revealing today what was in those 26 shipping containers that Knoll and Kenneth Eubanks allegedly hid in Deputy, Indiana. Here they are right here. Include what the warrants list inside include office furniture and chairs, dozens of computer monitors and keyboards, and even 2 pallets of dog food. And we have many more examples of what was found inside posted right on our website. Well, all new right now tonight on the WHAS11 night team. The NCAA Tournament run for the Kentucky Wildcats begins in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. That's the home of sports greats like Mike Ditka, Arnold Palmer, and Kentucky head coach John Calipari. WHAS11 is there already for tomorrow night's game, and our sports director Ken Spencer, along with senior photojournalist Alyssa Newton, take us through the hometown of the Wildcats head coach.
Kentucky will begin their NCAA tournament run in the heart of downtown Pittsburgh, here inside PPG Paints Arena. But John Calipari grew up about 20 minutes away in Moon Township. So on Wednesday, we just had to pay a visit to Coach Cal's hometown. Welcome to Moon Township. Population 25,000. The birthplace of John Calipari.
None of us had much, but we never did without. I mean, I'm not trying to say I walked uphill on the way and on the way back. I mean, it's what it was in Western PA.
Here at Moon Area High School, Calipari is a big part of their distinguished alumni wall.
Just a relentless competitor. I think that, I'm old enough to remember when he was an assistant at Pitt and they had some great runs. So, obviously, we embrace him here as one of our own.
Coach Cal doesn't get back to the area often, but he certainly keeps up with his Tigers.
My high school team made the playoffs for the first time in 30 years. Moon High School, that was a big deal. Newcastle beat us. Made me mad.
And they keep tabs on him and the Cats.
Is it time for him to play zone?
I don't think that's ever going to happen. Yeah, man to man. Yeah, that's a mindset.
And the one point John Calipari wanted to hammer home, as nice as it is to be home, for him and his team, this is very much a business trip. Reporting in Pittsburgh, Ken Spencer, WHAS 11 News.
And we're going to hear more from Kent coming up in just a few minutes later in tonight's sports. Kentucky's offensive threat is well known. However, the Cats have struggled defensively all year. Kent's going to break down the Wildcats' defensive woes and if it'll be the Achilles heel for them in this year's tournament.